In Ethiopia on Thursday, representatives from the UN Refugee Agency, Rwanda, and the Democratic Republic of Congo are meeting to create a path home for thousands of people who have been uprooted by decades of war, mistrust, and atrocities. According to Rwanda's government, there are an estimated 136,000 refugees across the region, the result of decades of conflict and unrest. They include nearly 83,000 from the Democratic Republic of Congo, who are sheltering in neighboring countries. They fled fighting between the Congolese army and the M23 rebel group in the country's North Kivu province. But nearly 3,000 people have returned home despite the violence. Rwanda has repatriated more than 3.5 million of its citizens since the 1994 genocide, yet thousands remain abroad. In a moment, we'll hear from Alain Uaykani, who's in Goma in the Democratic Republic of Congo. But first, we'll cross to Kiziba refugee camp on the Rwandan-Congolese border. Catherine Soy, you're joining us from there. So what are the expectations amongst the refugees where you are when it comes to repatriation?
Yes, we've been speaking to the refugees here. There are about 40,000 refugees in this camp. All of them are Congolese, and they say that they want to go back home. That's the bottom line. Some of them have been in this camp for years, since the 90s, really. And then we have others who just recently arrived because of that conflict across the border between government forces there and M23 rebels. So they all say that they hope that at some point they're going to go home. But there are concerns that they have. They say, especially the ones who have been here for a while, that they are asking, do they have homes to go back to? Is it safe enough in their villages? Remember, DRC has more than 100 armed groups, most of them in South and North Kivu. So the people who are displaced here say that when they go back home, are they going to deal with that situation still? So they're concerned about that, and that issue is being addressed, as you mentioned, in Ethiopia, addressed between UNHCR, Rwanda, and DRC to see how these people can be safely repatriated. And here's a story that we did here in this camp.
Plizera Mbera was only 17 years old when his family fled from Masisi in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo. He's been in this camp in Rwanda for almost 30 years. His children were born here. Now he wants to take them back home.
I hope once we get home, we don't have to be displaced again. DRC is the land of our ancestors. Masisi belongs to us. We will not continue running away.
Rwanda hosts more than 130,000 refugees, most of them Congolese, who fled fighting in North and South Kivu provinces now torn apart by conflict.
Not everyone wants to go back home. Some say they're still concerned about their safety should they decide to go back to their villages. So they're going to stay here and not rush into any repatriation program just yet.
But there is another group, Rwandans who fled to DRC after the 1994 genocide, are also returning. The government says 3.5 million have been repatriated, including thousands of ex-combatants and their families. Some are said to have had links with the Democratic Forces for the Liberation of Rwanda, or FDLR, an armed group accused of atrocities and is still considered a threat to Rwanda's security. Government officials say none of the returnees has been forced back.
The repatriation is voluntary, and they register intention to return to UNHCR, and UNHCR facilitate those people in every movement.
Gentile Niyomutuzo says she came back after her husband, a FDLR commander, was murdered while inside a military barracks in Goma.
Life with FDLR was very hard. But when you get married to a fighter, you have to find a way to live with them. They told us they wanted to take over Rwanda and return us back.
The meeting between the UN Refugee Agency, Rwanda, and the DRC in Ethiopia is not a fast, but it gives the displaced a glimmer of hope. Catherine Soy, Al Jazeera, Kiziba refugee camp, Rwanda.
And we've been speaking to officials who are in that meeting in Ethiopia, and they say that they're finalizing this agreement and they're going to have the resolutions this afternoon. So we will keep you updated on that.
Okay, Catherine, thank you so much for the time being. Let's bring in now Alain Uaykani, joining us from the eastern city of Goma in the Democratic Republic of Congo. And you're at a refugee camp as well, Alain, but people there are waiting to go back to Rwanda. What have they been telling you?
Well, this where I'm right now here, it's not a refugee camp. This is a transit center where people are coming voluntarily from different areas. Remember that majority of these people, they were trapped within the conflict across the area here, and they could not find a way easily to come or to report so that the UNHCR could organize their repatriation. This is what is happening. Since last June, they have already repatriated almost 350, and right now where we are, it's crowded with almost 500, more than 500 people already identified and also registered, just waiting for their repatriation in their country, Rwanda, here, the neighboring, just by linked to this town of Goma with the land border. But the context is very different because this town is under the control of the M23 rebels for almost 6 months right now. And there is also issues, right, when it comes to repatriate these people. The government in Kinshasa is saying that they do not have control on what is happening here. This is why there are also people in the region here expecting that from Ethiopia summit today, there might also be some evolution when it comes to repatriate these people, because Kinshasa, it seems to block now the rest of this repatriation because the leaders were also changed here. They appointed other people on this commission here in charge of refugees here. But people in this area saying they are very ready. They came by themselves and they want to go back. They were identified. They are the Rwandan citizens. They are still coming daily in this area. We have seen others coming even this morning. They have children, they have women under this protection of the UNHCR and also the National Refugee Commission of the DRC. Then from Ethiopian people, leaders in the region are expecting that it will not be politicized, that they will have to leave these people to go back, because the context, as we mentioned, it's totally different. Rebels are controlling the area. They are trying to reorganize this repatriation safely with the help of the international community, but it's a big challenge if people will have to wait for long as the government is not allowing this repatriation for now. This is why they're hoping that with this summit of Ethiopia, it will help to continue with the repatriation, because they are ready and they're just waiting to go back home.
Okay, thank you so much, Alain Uaykani, reporting from the DRC. Thank you.